Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be talking about a brand that has been around for a couple of years and has definitely been making waves on both Instagram and on YouTube in the past little while, but is brand new to me. Today we are talking about, and I'm just getting my paper out so I can make sure that I pronounce this correctly, the Clionadh makeup line. So this makeup line is from Toronto, Ontario, which is awesome. I really like that they're super local to me and that they're Canadian. I am a very, very proud Canadian person, and it just brings me such a joy to know that this came from not too far away from me. So the company was started by two sisters in 2016 that took a hobby and basically blew it up, made it amazing. They make eyeshadows, highlighters, accessories, and all of their products are cruelty-free. They are vegan. They are talc, gluten, and paraben-free. So it's a really, really, really like good company, especially for people. Like I know there's a lot of people out there that decided to only go cruelty-free. They only wear cruelty-free makeup, this and that. So these shadows were actually given to me by Megan. I saw her a few weeks ago before we went back into a lockdown. Now, I know we're in a pandemic, and I do want to preface this by saying, like, I have been extremely careful. I only go to work and come home, but I do get COVID tested at work pretty regularly, and Megan just lives with her boyfriend and doesn't see anybody else, so we felt pretty safe, just the two of us, like, hanging out, no problem, and we ended up having a couple more of my bridesmaids over that are in the same boat. They basically are just at home working from home, so we felt pretty safe doing that. Because I don't want to lie to you guys and say that I don't see anybody, but I have been very, very safe. And now that we're back in a lockdown, like a full-blown lockdown and a stay-at-home order in Ontario, that is lasting for minimum of a month. So in May, we'll find out if it gets lifted. I am not seeing anybody except for Tom. I don't even see my parents, but there you go. Transparency at its greatest. So Megan came over a couple weeks ago, and the last time I saw her was around Christmas time, I want to say. And unfortunately, because of COVID, all of the shipping for our gifts had been really, really delayed. So I had a bunch of gifts like that showed up a little bit later for her to have for Christmas, and she had a bunch for me. And for me, she picked up a bunch of their eyeshadow. So this is going to be your guys' first look at the ones that I got. This is them. They are absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadows. So I did get all of the prices for the shadows individually, but I did notice when I was on the website, and this is probably like a gifting faux pas to look up how much your gifts are, but Megan knew that in getting these, I was going to be showing you guys them on my channel, so I think she's going to be okay with it. So these actually came in 2 bundles. So this brighter bundle right here is from the Vibrant Multichrome Bundle, which is $125 for the 8 shadows. And then this bundle over here is the Series 1 Iridescent Multichrome Bundle, which is $78. So each of these shadows in this bundle were $10.50 individually. So if you're looking to only get 1 or 2, you don't want all of them, the breakdown is $10.50 a piece, or all 8 for $78. You do get quite a bit of savings there. And then for this bundle, all of the shadows are $17 a piece if you do it individually. So I also have one little package just so you guys can, oh, I've already got it all over myself, just so you guys can see kind of like what the packaging is like. So it's absolutely beautiful. It's basically like a stained glass kind of effect, and then it's got this little clear window in the front that shows you what it looks like. And these are 1.5 grams or 0.053 ounces each. Now, they do only come in the like single pan form. Like when you buy them, you do need to have like a magnetic Z palette to put it in. But that's not a big deal. They do sell them on their website, or if you just have one lying around at home, they will fit into any standard Z palette that you may have. So for today, I have not swatched them. I've been holding out for this day for a while. We're going to swatch them all on our arm, kind of see the effect they have, see what they look like, and then I am going to do a look with them. Now, the one thing I will say about that is not unfortunate, but would be a little strange for me is I normally would not do a look of only shimmer shadows, and all of the shadows that they offer are like iridescent or chrome or metallic. I'm not sure that I saw any matte shadows on their website, which again is fine. But for today, I'm going to be just using these, but just know on a regular basis, these would be more like a lid topper for me, or like an accent color, pop of color. These are definitely very much lid toppers or inner corner colors, at least in my mind. I would normally build the bulk of a look using matte shadows, but I don't want to introduce any shadows into this video that aren't in this palette right now. So as a preface, I do already have my eyelids primed with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It is my favorite eyeshadow primer. It seems to work for every eyeshadow, and I'm hoping that this will be no different. And also, just as an FYI, I am testing out a new foundation today. That video should already be up on my channel. Today we tested out the Il Maquillage foundation. This is that magic foundation that's supposed to allow you to get your perfect color match and get perfect coverage that looks very, very skin-like online. I'm in the middle of my wear test right now. If you want to see how it went, definitely go check out that video. Just because I normally don't tell you guys what makeup I'm already wearing in videos, like I know a lot of people do, but maybe I should start listing down below kind of what I've already got on in case you're curious, because let's be honest, by the time that this video gets up, it's probably going to be like at least a week out, and the chances of me remembering what I'm wearing are going to be slim to none. So enough rambling, let's get straight into swatching some of these. So I'm going to do finger swatches, and then we're going to swatch down the arm. I do have like I took the time and I wrote out each of the different colors, so it tells me exactly what they describe it as. So we're gonna see if the descriptions are accurate. So it'd be like, oh, it's this color and it reflects this color, yada, yada, yada. So first I want to go ahead with the bright colors, and then I want to check out these iridescent ones. So I'm hoping that they're all gonna kind of fit somewhere on my arm. I am just so excited for this, and I have no idea what we're gonna do for an eye look today. I had a plan of doing something a little bit more like fiery with like the yellow, the orange, the red, and maybe the purple. So I think we're still gonna stick with that, but who knows? Sometimes my mind just changes. So I'm so excited. I haven't touched these at all yet. So as of right now, I'm hoping that my camera will focus enough that you can see that they still have like the little indentations in them. They are very light indentations, so I can tell that upon touching them, they're gonna disappear right away. And it always bums me out when eyeshadows do that, because I can't tell you how many products I've gotten that I don't want to touch because they're just so freaking pretty that I don't want to screw it up. But here we go, we're gonna do it. So first color here we're going to do is called Bloodline. This is this red color up top. It is described as a burgundy berry base. Okay, these feel really soft, really creamy just off the first start. So I'm gonna bring it up here so we can talk about it, and I'll go back and start again. So it is a burgundy berry base that shifts gold, green, turquoise, blue, and purple. Just on camera, I am definitely seeing a lot of the gold and the green shift a little bit. Not so much of that blue, purple, turquoise, but you know, whatever, in different lights. I plan on actually taking these. I wish it was like sunnier out because it's kind of crummy out today, but I'm going to also go outside with it and take a little shot on either my camera or my phone just to show you guys what it looks like in natural light as well. I don't normally do that, but I think for this particular video, that's going to be really important. So we're gonna just do a little swatch right here. Absolutely beautiful. You're definitely getting, okay, now I'm seeing some of that purple. I don't know that you guys are going to see it as much, and I think it's going to be really important for me to get those other shots in, but I'm definitely seeing, you know, depending on what angle you're looking at it on, it's definitely a lot purple, a lot of that gold. I'm definitely picking up the green, not so much of the blue and the turquoise still, but absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. The base is super pigmented. They're very glittery. I'm curious to see how the glitter holds out once it's actually on my eye. Like, is that going to create... Okay, I just blew on it a little bit and I did see a bunch of glitter go everywhere. So as an FYI, these probably do have quite a bit of fallout to them. Next color we're going to go into is Majesty. Majesty is this beautiful orange right here. Some of these shadow colors are especially interesting because it is hard to find a really good red eyeshadow, a really good orange eyeshadow. Yellows are difficult. Like the blues, the purples, the pinks, those are a little bit easier, I find, to find like in good quality. It's some of the more off colors that aren't as common that are a little more difficult. So this orange color, as I said, is Majesty. This color is described as an orange base that shifts gold, green, and turquoise. Again, I can definitely see a lot of that gold. I'm thinking that it's only once it's on my arm that we're gonna be seeing a lot of the other colors. So if you guys are all ready, we're going to just go right across here. Really, really pretty, super duper pigmented, and yeah, as I kind of suspected, again, I don't think you guys are going to see it on this camera in this light. A lot of that glitter is definitely reflecting a ton of green, which is really cool. It's really interesting, and what I'm really interested to see is with all of these shadows. Like when I showed Tom this, he said, well, what the heck's the point of those? They're all the same. But what'll be interesting is gonna be to see that color shift, is gonna be to see, you know, what the colors are within that translucent base. I'm so excited. This video is already 11.5 minutes long. I'm talking so much, I apologize, and I hear you guys when you tell me that I move around too much, that I don't spend enough time actually focusing on the color. So I'm trying to do a lot more of that today so you guys can really see the colors in their full glory, because I think that this collection deserves it. Next, we're gonna get into that very bright, beautiful yellow color. Ooh, she's pretty. Look at that. Kind of is like a lemony sort of a yellow. It's really nice. So it is Throne. That is the color. It is a bright yellow base that shifts pink, gold, and lime. I can definitely see the pink. You know what? I think this is the first one that even on camera, I can see it getting that shift of all of the colors. But again, I think the true test is when it comes on the arm and you really see what it looks like. So do a little boop, boop, boop. Again, absolutely gorgeous color payoff. These colors look beautiful together. They are very bold, so I can't imagine like, you know, I see these as more being like accent colors or additional pops of color. Like today I'm going to use them all together, but on a regular basis, I don't know that I really will. I'm definitely going to have to take these outside and like shine a light on them or something, because you guys are just not getting the full effect of what these really look like on the arm. You can see the pigmentation, you can see them on the finger, but we're going to go outside and check them out in a little bit. Having said that, I'm gonna keep rolling on. So let's get into this teal color next. This is the color Heirloom. This color gives me such mermaid, like under the sea vibes. Oh, it's so pretty. So this color, I covered up my little description, is a teal green base that shifts gold, green, and turquoise. Definitely see a lot of that in here. I think it's absolutely stunning. Really, ooh, my goodness. It also kind of shifts a little pinky around the edge. Again, unfortunately, you guys can't really see that, but like right along the one edge, I thought I caught a little bit of like a nice baby pink in there as well, which is really interesting because they didn't even describe that, but just absolutely gorgeous colors. We're definitely not going to be able to swatch both collections on this arm. I might actually have to do like a this arm thing just to keep them all separate. Whatever, we're doing it. Next color is this minty green color, probably my favorite in this collection. This is the color Lineage. So as I said, this collection is all based on like these beautiful like royal color names. Like it's very regal, it's very royal family. I absolutely love it. So this is a mint base that reflects pearly pink, gold, and lime. Definitely see a lot of that pink in there just right off the bat, which is a really interesting like concept that like something so minty and blue would have so much pink in it, lime in it, gold in it. It's absolutely gorgeous color. Yeah, again, very mermaidy vibes. Kind of comes off as almost like a baby blue, but it's definitely got that minty undertone to it. So pretty. And like I said on touching that first one, I haven't talked too much about the texture. These feel very soft. It'll be interesting to see how much color they pack when you put them on with like a brush and how they blend out, how they blend together. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes, because a lot of times when shadows are this soft, they don't go on so well with a brush, and I was really good and I actually cleaned all my brushes last week, so we're gonna get like the full-fledged thing when I test these out. Next color we're gonna go in is this lime green color. This is the color Courtyard. So it is a lime green base that shifts peach, gold, and lime. I'm definitely seeing some of that peach color. It's almost coming across a little pink on camera. That's okay though. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing a lot of the gold and the peach color. It's weird that it says it shifts lime because it is lime. So I think that that's not going to be as obvious, just because like if you put, you know, a lime on a lime base, like you're not going to see the color transition quite as much, but still really, really beautiful. This next color is in Crown Jewel. This is, oh, this is so pretty. This is Crown Jewel. It is a bright blue base. Yeah, it is. That shifts gold, turquoise, and blue. Can definitely see, it almost looks like silver and purple in there. It's crazy because it describes it one way and then I see all these other colors in there. I'm really digging this collection so far. I'm not showing you guys my swatching anymore just because it gets a little difficult to like keep it up on camera for you guys, but here is that blue color. Absolutely gorgeous. Definitely seeing, is there green in here? Turquoise, I guess, is kind of green. Really, really pretty. My arm looks like a freaking rainbow. And just so you guys know, I know that they kind of go on a weird angle for you guys on the camera, but when I hold my arm like flat out, they're in a good position, so it will probably be pretty easy to film when I take these outside, or at least shine some sort of a light on it, whether it be a flashlight or something like that, because I really want you guys to see all the colors in these shadows. Next color is Royalty. It is the purple, so it is really pretty. Ooh, my goodness. It looks like it would be a lot darker in the pan. I'll just show you really quickly since I didn't. It does look like it would be a lot like darker, more of a full grape purple, but with all the reflect in it, it kind of turns it a little bit lighter. So it is a grape purple base that shifts to pink, gold, green, turquoise, blue, and purple. So this has got a lot of color shift in it, and you can definitely see that. And I think it's all the color shift that's really changing up what the base purple looks like. Okay, that one might just be my favorite just because of all of the color shift in it. I'm really, really into that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to swatch the other collection on this arm, then I'm gonna take it outside, then I'm gonna come back in and we're going to play around with it. Because this video is already 20 minutes long, I apologize, I'm sorry. I know that I ramble a lot and I know that my videos get kind of long and some people don't like that, but when I watch videos, I actually prefer them to be a little bit lengthier. But hey, everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. Let's get into this iridescent bundle here. I'm so excited to be doing this. So the first color, I'm not going to show you these every time because you're probably not going to notice much of a difference. They all do look very white, and just reading it, they almost all have like a translucent base. So until we are able to see the reflect, and you might not even be able to see it on camera, it's not going to matter that much. So the first color, and this is going to be difficult too. I'm not used to swatching on this arm because I am right-handed, but we're going to give her the old college try. So this first color is called Ambient. So it is a translucent silver base that reflects pink, peach, and lime. At this point, I'm definitely seeing a lot of that pink shade, not so much the lime or the peach. But again, I'm sure once we get it here, yeah, exactly what I suspected and had found from the other one. Once it's on, and again, I'm so bummed that it's not really picking it up on camera, but once it is on my arm, I'm seeing a lot more of those green reflects, a lot more of that peach. Really, really stunning color. Next one is called Luminaire, and this one, I'm gonna get it on my finger before I start talking about it. Here we go. If my camera would focus. See, it kind of looks boring on camera. They all just look white. So this is a translucent base that reflects pink, orange, and gold. Again, definitely seeing a lot of that pink there. Maybe a little bit of the orange, but not a ton. These are the, yeah, so again, once it's like smeared out on your arm in a different light. This is so boring for you guys. I'm really gonna have to take these outside. You can definitely see a lot more of that orange. Next color is going to be in Flicker. Flicker is another translucent base, of course, that reflects orange, peach, and gold. I'm seeing a little bit of that peach for sure. Maybe a little bit of the orange, depending on what light you see it in. But it's really, really pretty. It'll be interesting just to see what kind of different effect these give on the actual lid, because they do reflect so many different colors. And I think that these are the perfect kind of thing for an inner corner, especially if you have a look that is mostly like pink shadows or mostly blue shadows. And for an inner corner lift, you're looking for something that ties it all together. It would be really cool to, like, say you had a pinky kind of a look to go with, say, Luminaire, because it has that pink reflect in it, that orange reflect. So it'll probably pick up a lot more pink when it's standing next to other pink shadows. Next color is Candela. This one definitely has a lot of shift in it. You can kind of already see it. So this one is a translucent base that reflects gold, lime, and turquoise. Definitely picking up a lot of that gold, maybe a bit of that lime in there. Not so much the turquoise as of yet. It is there on the arm. It is also probably the most, like, how can you say pigmented to a translucent shadow, but even from afar you can kind of see it the most. This next one I think is going to have the deepest base, the most obvious kind of a shift. This one is Illumination. So again, a translucent silver green base, which is probably why it's showing up a little bit more, because of that green that reflects lime, turquoise, and blue. I'm not seeing a ton of the shift other than that lime, but again, because it does have a little bit more color in the base, the initial impact is just a little bit stronger for that one than it has been for some of the other ones that are just plain translucent bases. Next color is in Reflectance. Here it is here. Some of these are coming out a little chunky. I don't want to say chalky, but I'm picking up a lot off of these, and that could just be the glitter. So this is a translucent base that reflects aqua. Nope, this is the wrong one. That reflects turquoise, blue, violet, and pink. Maybe seeing a little bit of that pink, but not so much of anything else right now. There it is though. Yeah, again, on my arm, definitely picking up a lot more pink. I don't know that you guys are gonna see much of that until, how many times can I say it? Until I get it into better lighting. Oh God, am I just like a broken record? Are you guys getting really sick of me? I apologize. This next color is in Glare. This one is the translucent base that reflects aqua, blue, and violet. Again, on my finger, it just looks like a white silver shadow, but I'm not seeing any of that aqua or blue, but definitely some of that purple. It's almost more like a lilac purple than like anything else, but whatever. The last color, and I'm just kind of rolling through these ones a lot quicker because they pack a lot less of a punch than this like rainbow arm here, is in the shade Umbra. This is a translucent base that reflects blue, indigo, violet, and pink. Again, I can see some of the pink in there as of right now. Definitely a lot more. So I would say the last like three kind of reflect similar colors. It's really cool because to you guys, oh, maybe it picks up a little bit. It does look kind of like a pastel rainbow just in the reflect colors that you get. But based off just arm swatches, I'm really, really impressed with this formula. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take these outside and try and get some better pictures, some better clips. And then we're going to come back and we're going to play with them on the eye. Okay, so I did the best I could, as you guys could see. I tried my hardest to get some decent shots outside. Unfortunately, there's no sun outside, and then I went again and I tried to do it in the kitchen with just like a flashlight, see how that worked. I'm so bummed that you guys can't. I'm gonna try one more time just on camera to try and like show you guys a little bit more of the shift. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I got really close into the camera, really close into my ring light, just so you guys can hopefully see a lot more of that color shift, so it doesn't just look as like translucent. I think definitely closer to this end, it's a lot more obvious what it looks like. But like I said, I'm really bummed out that you guys can't see these better. So I'm going to take these off my arms before I get it everywhere, because what I did notice is, yeah, maybe just because I picked up too much with my finger, but there was a lot of fallout downstairs. So I'm going to take this off of my arms and then I'm going to come back and we're going to actually try these suckers out on our eyes. Alrighty, so my arms are cleaned off. One thing I will say is some of the colors, the red, the orange, and definitely the blue do stain a little bit. So if you are worried about any staining happening on your eyes, definitely want to lay down a base. I highly recommend an eyeshadow base as it is, just because your eyelids are a very, very oily part of your face. And they go through a lot of wear and tear if you really think about it. Like, you're blinking constantly, they're constantly moving, rubbing the folds and everything. So I do highly recommend getting a really good eyeshadow base just to make your makeup last a little bit longer. And I've been watching some of Robert Welsh or Walsh, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, and I know a lot of people are big fans of using concealers on their eyelids, and he says don't do that because your eyelids are so oily and concealers are adding more oils, you're not going to help keep your eyeshadow down. So it is really kind of beneficial and worthwhile to invest in a really good eyeshadow primer. And I've said it once, I'll say it a million more times. The one that I recommend the most is, of course, a MAC paint pot. It doesn't have to be painterly if you have a different skin tone or a different undertone than me. But what painterly does, and I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see this, is it just gives you this really nice canvas. It's a little bit thicker of a formula, so it cancels out any discoloration you may have, any veining in your eyelids. I think it's super, super beneficial to have, and it's not that expensive, and one will last you a really, really long time. So I've got a separate mirror just to use to do this, and I've got all clean brushes. We're going to get right into this because this video is super duper long, and I apologize for that. So the first color I'm going to take, and I should keep the names on my laps because these do have names on them. They're just on the underside, and I don't want to be pulling them in and out of the palette the whole day. So the first color I'm going to take is going to be Throne. That's that bright yellow color. So I just picked up a tiny, tiny bit on my brush, and it does look super pigmented. I am going to tap the brush off, and I don't know if you guys, I lost a lot of color, so I'm a little worried about that. But I'm just going to use this to start building the crease. Okay, I'm gonna do this again without tapping and hope that there's not a butt ton of fallout, because if there is, and that may very well be the case, it's not a big deal, but you know, it just might be one of those eyeshadows that if you want to play with these all over your lid, you do this before you put your foundation on, otherwise you're just gonna get fallout everywhere. So it's kind of pigmented. I don't know, I think a lot is lost when you blend it out. Like, it certainly is not as vibrant as it was on my arms. Again, as I say before, I'm not really going to be using these shadows like this at the end of the day. I'm trying to see, like, where you first put it looks super pigmented, and then I'm trying to like blend it out. And okay, it's blending okay. I'm trying to get this yellow to sit like a little higher, at least, like blend a little up so that a lot of the other work that I do in my crease isn't gonna cover a ton of this yellow, because I know you guys say it to me all the time that just the way that my eyes are, I should carry my shadows quite a bit higher. And I am very fortunate, and this is gonna sound like a really weird thing, but I've got a lot of space between my lash line and where my eyebrows are. And just based off doing makeup on, you know, my mom and some friends and Tom's mom, you know, I never really realized that not all people have that much space to play on. So for me, I can do a lot of these like layers of color and still have a ton of just blank skin negative space above it. Whereas like for some other people, if I were going to try this, if I got too high, I'd almost be touching their eyebrows, which would be kind of unfortunate. So that is our yellow base right there. Again, it's not as pigmented as I wanted, but having said that, that does make this a little bit more wearable. I do have to kind of go out today, and I was getting a little nervous knowing that I was going to be playing with this, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Let's get into some of that orange color. This is the color Majesty, so I've got some of that orange right there. I'm going to woohoo! That is pigmented. Do you guys see that? I'm going to need to get this, okay. These shadows take some blending power. They are very pigmented when you first put them on. They blend really nicely into each other, but you're almost losing a lot of that effect of that yellow. And that was just a small amount of that orange that I put on. It's pretty. I do like the shadows. Again, not what I would normally be using them for. And maybe you would, I don't know, but I like more matte shadows. I don't mind a shimmery shadow to finish off, or I could see these, don't poke myself in the eye, being really, really gorgeous as like if you wanted a quick shadow day, especially one of those translucent ones. If you just pop that like all over your lid and went out, I think that would be really, really pretty, like add a lot of interest to your eyelids without going crazy overboard with a lot of color. And some days I do just like to do that. You know, I normally use just like a paint pot that has some sheen to it, but this might be a really good option as well. So that's the orange and the yellow kind of blended together. Now I'm going to dip in with some of that red. And with that, I do want to go kind of on the, you know what, I'm going to take some of this orange down on the lid just a little tiny bit. I think the reflex are where I'm getting a little confused here because, like I said, this orange in particular reflects a lot of gold and green, and it's really pretty, but like I was kind of thinking of like a fiery look, but then there's all these reflex in it that I just wasn't, you know, adding into the equation of what this would end up look like. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, I think that if you're going to be using these, you do need to kind of consider what the reflex are going to do to a look. Because from far away, it looks really nice. It just looks like orange and yellow blended together, but up close and in like, I'm hoping that my light will pick some of it up. Shimmery, shimmery light. It's doing a little bit of craziness, which is cool, but unexpected. Now I'm picking up some of that red color. This is Bloodline, and I'm using this kind of on the outer. Okay, I love this color. This color is really pretty. I'm gonna get really close. It kind of almost has like a little bit of like a pinky kind of vibe, like a berry purpley kind of vibe. So I'm just using this definitely on the outer part of my lid and also a little into my crease. I'm not going too far into the crease. I'm not going all the way into the orange, just like a tiny, tiny bit of the way. Because like I said, I am going for like a more fiery inspired kind of a look. And we're going to use a little bit of the purple as well to give a really, really deep outer corner sort of color. What color do I want to put underneath? I was going to just do like, kind of like this red though. I was thinking of more of the purple just so that it stands out a little more. But this red is really, really doing it for me right now. And it almost looks pink, which is quite interesting. What colors does this shift? Purple. I mean, there's a purple shift to it that could be kind of doing it. This is getting a little wilder and crazier, but the way that these glitters all sort of merge and blend together is absolutely stunning. I am just taking a clean brush. I just want to kind of like really, really blend those all together so that it's like a super seamless transition. But again, because the reflect in them, you know, the three colors all have a green shift to them. One is lime, the others are referenced as green, but because of that, they all are kind of forming one very, very cohesive color. They're not getting all muddied together, but it's where that glitter kind of blends together that's really holding the look together as a whole. And even the purple has a green shift to it. So I think that it's gonna end up looking really, really, really nice. I'm just trying to look for a bit more of a compact brush, kind of more like a pencil brush, I think is the way to go with the purple, just to get like a really good pack of the color. Now remember, this purple was my favorite color swatched on my arm. I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint me here. It did not. Now it is not standing out quite as much as I really wanted it to, but I'm okay with that. It looks really pretty. It's definitely adding some depth to that outer corner. I think what's going to be really, really important is to go back in with maybe a flat brush and bring in some more of that red, because the purple and the red are blending so nicely together that I'm losing a bit of the red color. But dang, these are really pretty. If you're looking for really good shimmer shadows, really good Now, I don't know if you guys can see the fallout on my face, like right in this area is just insane. So you're definitely going to want to take like a clean, dry brush and use that to kind of fleck it away. Or as I said before, this is probably the kind of shadow that, just using some of that purple underneath. I just think it'll bring it all together really, really nicely. I'm not going all the way to my inner corner because I am planning on using an iridescent one at some point. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, unless you're gonna tap your brush, which is kind of unfortunate because you lose a lot of the pigmentation when you do that. You're definitely, I'm just taking this brush is completely clean. Yeah, I'm just covered in glitter now. So this is definitely one of those eyeshadows that if you're planning on using just these or any kind of a large amount of these, put your eyeshadow on before you do the rest of your face, or put powder underneath your eyes and sort of brush that away as kind of like a catch-all. Otherwise, you're gonna be glittery and have a lot of fallout. I'm just taking a bit more of that red color, and I'm taking it on a, what brush is this considered to be? A small shader brush. And I'm packing a bunch of that just on the lid just to bring some of that back in, because I found that it got a little bit lost in the purple. Not too much though. I'm really into this look. It's a lot, but at the same time, it's just gorgeous. And I think that is attributed to a lot of the glitter in the shadows. So now it's time to pick which iridescent shade I want to go with for my inner corner. Now, because this look is a lot of like yellow and they all shift kind of gold and green, I'm thinking that one of the reflects that reflects again a bit of gold, maybe if there's a little green. Is there any that reflects all of them? I'm trying to just stick to a translucent base also. Like I don't want to use that translucent gold silver base. Sorry, not gold silver, green silver base or the translucent silver base, because I am just trying to keep this very much what it is. I think our best bet is going to be Candela. Ooh, or, okay, no, we're going to go with Flicker. It is translucent and it reflects orange, peach, and gold. Or do we want to go with Luminaire, which is pink, orange, and gold? And then the top one is pink, peach, and lime. Okay, we're going with Ambient. No, we're not. Luminaire. I've made my decision. Luminaire is the one we're going to. It is a translucent base that reflects pink, orange, and gold. That's what we're going with. So that is the second one we looked at today. This I am just going to pick up on my finger just because I find it's a little easier. And this might also be the way to, oh my goodness. Look at how shimmery, how shiny. Oh. And it's really pulling, like I kind of suspected it would, a lot of those like pinky tones. I think that depending on what kind of a shadow you used this with is kind of what would determine what kind of color it would really pick up, what would it reflect the most. So there is that. It is a fun, colorful look, but again, because, you know, what's interesting is like these are pigmented shadows, but because the bases themselves are almost on the more translucent side, it's really the glitter and the reflect that's doing a lot of the work. It's still pretty soft. Like they're bold, bright colors, but it doesn't look crazy. It's not out of the realm of the ordinary that like I would wear out on a regular basis and feel comfortable wearing. Because a lot of times when you do these bright, crazy looks, you're like, it's cool, it looks great for YouTube and for playing around with makeup, but would I go out in it? No, but this I would actually probably go out in. And just for the sake of it, while we're here, when I got the Il Makiage foundation, they sent me a free gift with purchase, which was oh my God, a black eyeliner. I hadn't looked at the tip yet. The tip is into, oh, hello there. It's black. The tip is a little intimidating because it's quite long. It's weird because it goes into focus, like it just goes into the container and kind of like disappears. It doesn't have like a clear, oh wow, that's been on my hand for all of 2 seconds and already I can't get it off. This could be dangerous. I'm gonna have to be really careful while applying this because if I go anything crazy, I'm gonna ruin the look we already have. But I do think that this look does need an eyeliner, maybe a fun colored eyeliner, like a pink. Ooh, no, we're gonna go with black. So I'm gonna try this with you guys here. I hate putting on eyeliner on camera because I always screw it up, but we're gonna give her a go and just sort of see how this is. Okay, it has a nice thin tip and it is very stiff. There is no flexibility in this tip, which is kind of unfortunate because I prefer a little flexibility. I find it easier to put it on and drag it. I don't know why I'm so shaky right now. I think I'm just hyped up. My adrenaline is pumping. was wrong. I really like this. It is very, very black, and because the tip is so thin and it's not flexible, sorry, I just kicked my camera, it's giving me a really, really nice, clean, thin line, which for a look like this is really important to me because I don't want to get too thick of a line where it just completely masks all of the work I did blending out my eyeshadow. I'm surprised. I didn't think I liked like a stiffer tip on a felt liner. I thought I liked a little bit more flexibility. Let's try the other eye and see if it goes as smoothly. Yep, just as smooth, just as thin a line, a little bit of user error in that I think most people find this, if you are left or right-handed, you're gonna always find it easier to draw one line on than the other. And that's my right eye for me because I'm not dragging my hand at a weird angle. Whereas, you know, here I can just very smoothly and very easily do that. Alrighty, so I just went away and I curled my eyelashes and I put on a mascara just to complete the whole look once I had that eyeliner on. Final thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna get really close so you guys can see the glitter, the effect, hopefully the fallout that you can expect with this. I'm hoping it's picking up, maybe not. How do I feel about these? I love these eyeshadows. I would totally buy more. I'm really interested to get some more like pastel-y kind of shades. I'm gonna definitely have to do that. Megan, I owe you big time for getting me turned on to these. They are freaking incredible. And I think I have to eat my own words because I said I would never ever like normally do an all shimmery shadow look, but I really like the way that this turned out. And I think I was nervous because they are so pigmented, they're so bright, but something about the way that the glitter reflects and the way they blend together makes it very soft and very wearable. It's absolutely incredible. I think the price of these is right on point. I really think that they could probably charge more for them because they're obviously all handcrafted. Everyone's probably going to be a little bit different because of the nature of the company, but absolutely fantastic. And I was looking on their website and like 90% of their bundles are sold out. So this is one of those things that if you want to try these shadows and you see a bundle or a couple shadows that you really like, get on them quick because they sell out really, really fast. I can't recommend these enough. I can't talk about how much I love these. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really, really happy to have had them. I think that this is the most excited I've been about eyeshadows in a really long time, and I can't wait to see like what other looks I get. And those iridescent shadows are gonna come in so handy. I mean, realistically, if you are a fan of like a glittery highlighter as well, you could probably put them on kind of everywhere because most of these are eye and face safe. Which is really important because a lot of times it's weird. You'll see like an eyeshadow palette that says pressed pigment, not eyeshadow, which means that they're not necessarily recommending them for your eyes, but they're also not recommending them for your eyes. So that is really interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the look that I ended up getting. And I will link all of the colors I have down below. I will link the website down below. I think it is amazing. Definitely get your hands on it if you get the chance. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you are familiar with this company and you already have some shadows, recommend to me down below which shades I should be picking up next because I definitely will be doing so. These are so, so good. Oh, I can't even talk about it. If you're not already and you want to be, then subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.